Hello, this is Dark Raven. I am here to show you why Raven and Echo are compatible. I also plan on showing you how emotionally connected they are. And I hope that you stick with me to the end. Thank you. Before start what makes them so compatible, we need to make sure how they are alike first. My first point I will make is both Raven and Echo have the ability to fly, but that's not it though. They also have the ability to both imitate and mimic human speech as well. Just to show you proof of what I'm talking about, here it is.
What do you say? Hi! 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 Hi!
Just to clear up any confusion, don't worry, the Raven character isn't supposed to be a bird, it's a human character, but it has the same attributes to the Raven. My next point I'm going to make is both Raven and Echo are acrobatics in the sky. Echo has already shown herself to be acrobatic, but Ravens have shown themselves also to be acrobatics as well. This makes them very similar in their abilities. Now that I've finished with my opening statement, now things get more interesting.
Lenore? This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word. Lenore? Merely this, and nothing more.
Forgive me if I haven't told you yet, but the Raven character does connect with the Nevermore poem. Back to the point though, so what I was trying to show there in that video was an echo of Lenore. Why it's so interesting is because Echo represents everything what a Raven can do. It's why she represents that this I whispered and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Okay, now you're probably saying, okay, so what? Raven lost somebody. But here's the thing. Echo has also lost someone too. Her doctor, Mina Liel, mentor, and the closest thing she had to her mother. Just like Raven mourns Lenore, the love he lost, Echo carries the memory of Liao deep within her core. So now you need to know that Raven and Echo both understand what it's like to lose somebody they used to care about. And that's how they emotionally connect. I do believe that Echo will be the first one to bring up death first, because since Echo is a learning robot trying to learn about the world, Echo would open up to Raven about how she lost Liao, and then Raven would open up about Lenore. Another point to point out is that Raven was a compassionate person before he even met Echo. He was being bullied in school. He knew what it was like for nobody to stand up for him. And that's one of the reasons why Raven wouldn't ignore Echo. He'd understand her pain. And that's when something starts to pick up, because due to how the Overwatch universe and the Omnic Crisis, how people started hating machines, Echo would receive high levels of persecution that she would have to deal with. But Raven would be there to help her through it. And this is what I mean, how Raven would be compassionate to Echo. He wouldn't leave her out because...
Why do people hate me?
Then he'd just be doing the same thing as the bullies were, just standing beside and not even supporting somebody. He just doesn't want to see the same thing happen to another person, especially his best friend. Echo does feel safe when she is around Raven. But what if there was an alternative way where they both met? What if Echo duplicated Lenore? Raven had never asked for it, and Echo had never done it for anyone before. But something in the silence between them, that shared ache, that unspoken grief, told her it was time. Not to impress him, not to manipulate him, but to help him heal. With a quiet hum, Echo's form began to shift. Her light softened, her voice recalibrated, and in front of Raven stood someone he never thought he'd see again. Lenore. Not perfectly, not fully, but enough to make Raven stop breathing. Enough to make the pain resurface and begin to let go.
I wasn't sure if I should, but I thought maybe. You deserved one more moment.
Just to let you know before I continue, Echo does have failsafes which require her to, keep her duplication out of control. But the reason why Echo would duplicate for Raven is to heal him. Here's the thing, though. Would Echo and Raven love each other after that moment? So the question is, does Echo love Raven? Could a being designed for logic, learning, and mimicry feel something as human as love? The answer isn't just yes. The answer is, she already is. But Raven wouldn't want to pursue anything like that, because he'd feel that if he lived with Echo for the rest of his life, he'd feel that the same fate would happen to Echo as it did to Lenore. Raven loves Echo deeply, but the idea of marriage, it scares him, not because he doubts her, but because he knows what it means to lose the one you can't live without. In the end, Raven and Echo are more than just a pairing. They're a reflection of each other's pain and each other's hope. One human, one artificial being, both scarred, both searching. And somehow, they find healing in one another. It's not just about romance, it's about recognition. About looking at someone who has every reason to give up and choosing to stay. That's not just compatibility, that's not just a ship, that's love. And for Echo and Raven, that love was always waiting in the silence between them.